All right, just want to make a daily recap. Today's Tuesday, September 21st, 2021. Um, and CRVS keeps going right out of my watch list from yesterday. Updated a bit this morning, but where are we at? Let's find it right here. CRVS, try to agree move or be patient for the 690 previous high at daybreak. And that is exactly what happened today. We got a solid push. Volume kept coming in. Rotated the float, which isn't which isn't that small. But here we go. Early on, just holding VWAP beautifully. Takes the top off over the high day / red to green move. I missed this. I caught this when it was in the 670s, and I started slowly adding into position. Got some more into this dip here, confirming the previous high at daybreak. Still holding VWAP, still holding trend. And then it just took off from there. And then I ended up selling at 8. So my average was 689 to 8. That was my trade there. And then volume died for a bit, but it fell to break down. Came back and made 750 a solid support level. And we just got this coiling action here. Volume picked up a bit here and decent opportunity to get back in, which I did. Average ended up being at 803, I believe. Then took it out a little late. Didn't get near the top. Kinda. Got out in the 930s and 20s here when I realized it wasn't going to keep going higher. And yeah, that was CRVS. Beautiful play. Still going to be a potential play tomorrow. Going to keep an eye on it. Once again, red to green move. Previous high at daybreak. Volume keeps coming in. It keeps holding up. So it'll just keep being that until the spikes stop. But right now we'll have a continuation over the 8 break. We actually closed above it, so it's confirmation of this 8 break here. And next resistance really is 11, maybe 14, 15. There isn't really much volume. So we'll see if this could have a day tomorrow. Maybe later in the week if it needs to consolidate a bit to squeeze some shorts out. But as of now, this is still holding up, holding trend beautifully. We can move this here. Broke it for a bit, but that's not bad. Still holding trend nicely. So yeah, we'll see what happens with this. Got a couple other plays. Ensc, this was a nice one. High at daybreak. I totally missed this. It's kind of a busy day today. Not the best candidate for a high daybreak, considering the volume at 5.5, but there's still good amount of range to profit between 370 and 5.5. So this offered a solid quick squeeze. Ended up kind of doing nothing after that, just holding up at least, holding VWAP, and that resulted in another solid squeeze after hours, and it just retreated all of that. So we'll see what we get tomorrow. It is a low float. If this fails to break down, it will be a solid red to green move or previous high at daybreak to test the mid fives, and if it holds up right around there and we get some solid volume like this day, I could see this going higher to 7.5 or 7, somewhere around there. So yeah, this is definitely going to be on watch. Also a nice play today. Go just a few minutes, gets halted, and then it's really just taken care of. You don't have to worry about getting stopped out or anything. It keeps holding up. And Nnvc was a beautiful play. Totally nailed this guy. Right out of my watch list here. Potential 575 pre-market high break or an open price reclaim. This one got halted pre-market. I don't even know why. but it did, and it ended up opening, and I was seeing it at the right time. I saw that it opened up, it got halted, was just waiting for it to get unhalted, see what it does. At that point, I realized open price play is kind of out of the picture, but still potential 575 pre-market high break. Keeps holding VWAP, volume comes back in, dips a little bit on light volume, but it fails to break down, keeps holding trend, and volume comes back. We get a halt and continues a bit higher after that, not a whole bunch. My trade on that was I forgot my entry, but I know my exit was 756, right into the first few minutes of it spiking after it gets unhalted. But yeah, low float, low float, failing to break down. We got a key level around the 5.5 area, and yeah, so we'll see if this could test higher, but it does have some overhead resistance. But we got so many plays, don't have to worry about just this one. EFTR, a couple multi-day bounces that didn't totally work out. Well, they did. I just got a little greedy. I just thought they could head a little higher. We have EFTR here, solid, beautiful spike here, honestly, 10 to 40. So I thought we'd get more of a spike, but then I also got another late. Not totally, just 20 cents higher. But went through this spike, came back, failed to break down, kept holding VWAP, beautiful. Volume came back, took off, and this is a good this is a good opportunity to sell. Pretty much double tops. Volume ends up fading, so anywhere in the 22s, mid 22s was a good area to sell, or at least cracking VWAP here. But yeah, this is last resort VWAP. So that ended up being my trade. I just took a quick scratch, a little under $1 a share, nothing crazy. Still going to be in play. I did not really like how this turned out, but if this fails to break down, I could see more volume coming in, and that could result in a better squeeze. So this is still going to be on my radar, but this is just a multi-day bounce. Well, it did work. It offered 10%. It definitely worked out, but not the best volume. So I didn't really like it that much because of that. So we'll see what happens. The other one was IRNT. Wait, no. That was yesterday. INDP. Got in 888 right at the high daybreak here after some consolidation. I was getting ready to sell in the 960s, 70s, but no, it just reverses. And I gave it some time here to hold up and try to come back. It dips a little extra, and I said whatever, we'll give it some extra time. And then it just cracked that, and I just gave up. I'm like, whatever. So quick scratch, got out at like 919, 918. Just like 20, 30 cents or so. Nothing crazy. So this one's still in play. It did finish red, so I am pretty excited to see what this one does tomorrow. It will be another opportunity to get back at it if it really takes off. But yeah, so multi-day bounce tomorrow, low float, recent parabolic play. I think this could have a decent play within this week at least, if it's not tomorrow. Let's see what else we got. So many plays. HLBZ. This is a play I was looking for, a multi-day bounce. Instead, pre-market it takes off on Amazon news. It has an Amazon deal. Supposedly, I don't know. It just sounds good, so that's why it took off. So yeah, this one I ended up missing, but it was on my radar for the open price play. I just missed it. It happened pretty quick. This was a good opportunity here, reclaiming VWAP, open price play, making higher lows, a little bump in volume, but all in 1 minute. This just takes off. But besides that, it didn't really do anything, so not too mad that I missed it. If it was a all-day spiker and it just took off, that would have been crazy. That would have been something else. But it all happened pretty quick, just quick 20%. So low float. We'll see what this does. Still going to be on radar for a multi-day bounce in the future. We'll see if it's day after that. It needs to set a red day. But yeah, we'll see what happens with that. What else happened? That's a spiker from yesterday. Failure. Didn't totally break down. We're still kind of holding up. So low float like this, I could see this coming back to 12 over the next couple of days and taking off later in the week or next week. But only if it holds up. But yeah, so a couple decent plays. CRVS is really my main watch for the week so far until something new comes. Nnvc is another one that's still holding up. That could be a potential play as well. Low float, doing insane volume. Yeah, so that was today. Pretty busy. Momentum's kind of coming back compared to the past 2 months or so. So, time to kind of size up. We're getting a bunch of plays taking off 10, 20, 30%. So, yeah, CRVS was, if this was traded as a red to green move, this was very nice. Even if you didn't capture the whole thing, at least this first spike here from the low sixes to the low eights, that is pretty nice. So yeah, I know it's getting late. I'm probably gonna start rambling now. So gonna try to wrap this up. Oh, but there's one more. There's MRIN. This one's taken off on some news with Google. I think is that right or not? I believe it is. I remember seeing a play after hours take off on Google News, and this is software. This has got to be this. So this is going to be a potential play tomorrow. Low float. Already doing 20 million in volume. So we'll see if it keeps holding up around 10. Maybe it gaps up a bit. We get a breakout over 12, but at that point it will be up a bit. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Yeah, 569 was the close. So once it gets around 11, it's gonna be 100%. But we'll see what happens. If it chops enough shorts, consolidates, it can keep going. So good time to remember Zevo and HLBZ today. Couple plays that took off over 100%. And the lesson was really just volume. If volume keeps coming in, it could head higher. Don't worry about the percentage, but volume is gonna be key. And today we have HLBZ, which unlike Zevo gave a little perk higher, and that's only because this 20-minute period had more volume, enough to at least push it higher and squeeze some shorts out. Lower float, I'm pretty sure as well. Yeah, so that had a bit of an effect as well. So yeah, that's pretty much it for today. Busy day. We're gonna rest up and hope tomorrow's just as busy.